How is it looking for your detached townhomes and condos? Well, sales are down 18% for detached homes. Your benchmark price is 2,061,000. Year over year, you're still up 3.8% for those of you that got in the market. And month over month, we're seeing a benchmark decrease of 0.1%, with a sales ratio hovering right over that 12%. And 12%, when we look at the sales ratio versus months of inventory, they're kind of the same thing. It's the absorption rate, how fast are homes being purchased. 12% is when you hit buyer's market territory. In some cases, we're just sitting above that buyer's market territory for detached, but wait to see the next slide because I want to talk about the East Van market and show you what's happening there. Attached townhomes. Sales are down almost 13% year over year. You're sitting at 1.138 for a townhome in the Greater Metro Vancouver area. Your benchmark price is up 3% year over year, but down 0.6% month over month, with a sales ratio sitting at 21%. So just out of a seller's market into a balanced market, 12 to 22% balanced market. Condos. Sales are down 7% year over year. You're sitting at 773,000, and your benchmark price is only up 1% year over year and down 0.4% month over month. So you can see we have this rollover from the higher level month over month. All three categories have taken a little bit of a dip with respect to pricing. So buyers, beware. Your sales ratio is sitting at 20%, so just outside of that seller's market territory, entering into that balanced market. But of course, you need to look at your segment because check this out. This is Vancouver East Detached Homes. Doing a little bit of research here. Here are some properties, lovely properties. I'll share my screen to show you, to give you an example of what they look like. And here you are, 5163 Ross Street, 2 offers, 1 sold subject free. Pandora, 2 offers sold subject free. East 18th, 8 offers sold subject free. Kitchener had an offer date, 2 subject free offers. Lily Street, 1 offer in the end, initially expected 3. And there was another one as well that sold with 1 offer and above asking. Ross Street, 1.198 sold for 2.2 million. Wow, pretty looking little house. Pandora, 2.199 sold for 2.232. You have East 18th, the little Vancouver special, listed at basically 2.2, sold for 2.303. Kitchener, listed at 2.349, sold for 2.408. Here's Lily Street, 2.399, and ended up selling for 2.425. And that's the one that ended up with only 1 offer and sold for over. And there's actually another one like that as well, sold for 40,000 over, even with just the 1 offer in the end. What that means is depending on your market segment, you can't just look at these high level stats. Certain parts of the market, even East Van lots, you might get a better deal, but guess what? You've got all the multiplex developers looking at that stuff, trying to pick it up at the right price. Land value, but move-in ready detached homes that are actually becoming increasingly scarce because they're being torn down to be built into these multiplexes are in high demand. So keep that in mind when we think about market segments that are going to be long lasting in this marketplace. Your detached home is this prized possession. You have a backyard, you have your own space, you're not sharing it with anyone. Maybe you'll have a tenant, but they're somewhat of a coveted property that you're not going to see more of because we're not building more of them. We're actually basically stop building them unless you're commissioning your own build, and we're tearing them down and turning them into multiplexes or more like townhome type of product. And it's on the entry level side in the East Van market. You're not necessarily seeing that on the west side of Vancouver. So that's also something to take into consideration. The other thing just actually reminds me of another type of property that's probably going to be in demand in the future is going to be large 2-bedroom and den condos, 1 level living, for anybody that is going to be getting out of their detached property and looking for that type of product where they can actually live on 1 level for the long term, because obviously townhomes sometimes have more stairs than a detached house. So interesting, not all the market segments are behaving exactly the same. Again, if you're curious about your options or about your market and your space, I welcome the opportunity to put some of this information together for you. I'm Christine Kopr with Sotheby's Realty in Vancouver, BC, and I look forward to connecting with you next month. Cheers.